last chapter I learned the hard way how not to furl a gennaker. After an exhausting recovery of the sail, I had to let it go into the water and pull it back on deck to recover it. That was heavy. Oh shit. Oh. It was a pleasant treat to slide in through the marked channel into the beautiful village of Raufarhöfn on Iceland. And to be guarded by the Arctic henge, symbolizing the Vikings' pagan belief of Norse mythology. I was hoping the gods were keeping an eye on me, as I was now ready for my next voyage crossing the big, cold and windy North Atlantic back to Faroe Islands, on my way home to Norway. As my health had deteriorated along the journey, I had now pampered myself for 5 days at the Hotel Nordjuljus to get some good sleep and recovery, and also waiting out a big storm raging the coast the last days. But now the winds had shifted, and I was ready for another big round. Okay, welcome back to Raufarhöfn. I'm getting ready to sail now to Faroe Islands. It's 360 nautical miles of sailing in 3 days, and I'm just filling some diesel now. I've got some water on board. It's a long ride. I'm also filling water to have, if the wind disappears, maybe the engine breaks down and you're going to stay out there for days. You never know. So go prepared. Okay, enough crap talk. Let's go. There we go. Woo, 360 nautical miles. Let's go. I was looking at strong winds downwind, gale force, reaching almost all the way to the Faroes, and sea state 2 to 4 meters, most of it starting early next morning. As usual, I felt the good old fear and anxiety sneaking upon me. This was normally very helpful to keep me focused, but having some health issues along the way, I have to say I was hoping for a safe passage, although I knew I was in for a good beating. While I'm preparing my mind for a rough experience, let's have a look at NordVPN, my kind sponsor that has supported me all the way from Norway, around Iceland and now back to Norway. As to feeling safe offshore, feeling safe online has never been more crucial today in our everyday life. NordVPN secures the best and fastest online protection while you browse around the huge World Wide Web. A cool addition to the regular protection is threat protection. Easily switch it on in the app and you're instantly secured against malware downloads, trackers and intrusive ads or visiting a malicious URL. Simply download the app in App Store or Google Play, create your account, and you're good to go with the best VPN service available, providing the best upload and download speed on the market. Take advantage of NordVPN's exclusive offer and head over to nordvpn.com/Erik and there is no risk involved with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Now let's get on with some real ocean sailing. So, that's us on our way. perfect conditions. 60 knots on the nose, but not more than that. We can keep our course on the line, and in about 8 hours we can turn around the corner out here and head for straight to Faroe Islands. So I'm looking forward to that. Downwind, at least the 24 next hours. Perfect. Yeah, to save power, I also switch off the chart plotters outside. I don't really need them while sailing way off out in the ocean. I only have the one inside. That's way enough. Good. So cool. That's the end point of Iceland, where I am, the last side of land. So Iceland, you have been really nice to me. You're a big, huge pile of volcanic land, but my God, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, and I will see you again later. I'm pretty sure. Wow. So that's it for Iceland, and into the cold, huge North Atlantic Ocean. My game plan was to follow the downwinds slightly east of the straight line to Faroe Islands. When the winds later would turn southeast against me, I would hopefully be in a good position to head towards Faroe Islands in one straight tack. Me in my training trousers on deck, soaking wet. Just can't help myself going to that bow. Yeah. Just deploy the hydrovane and get autopilot to save the stress on the pilot and of course battery power. That was so nice with self-steering. And we are now 10 miles off the last point of land. 7 knots. Wind has picked up to about 20 knots and 2 reefs in the main. Some out on the Genoa. Perfect sailing. And we're heading a little bit east of Faroe Islands to catch the easterly winds when we get there. That's the plan. Sometime Monday afternoon. Today is Saturday. As I left the coastline, the only sign of life was a cruise ship in the horizon. Then the wind picked up. The wind is picking up and the waves as well. And, you might be slightly overpowered, so I might have to take in the Genoa. It's up to 25-26 knots now. So let's see what's up. gonna at least take Genoa in and just go by mainsail. The wind has turned now, so we are straight downwind and we are off course, so we have to adjust the autopilot or the self-steering a little bit. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to try taking in the Genoa. There is 26 knots now, so I think it's going to be better to be safe. Lost some speed, but that's okay. Safety first, huh? Whew. It instantly feels a lot better when the sail is reduced and the boat movements calms down, having the powers adjusted to the wind strength. However, it's always that feeling that the weather gods is not quite done with me yet. Getting up to 28 knots now, downwind. Best to have the companionway. Never know. Then the weather gods probably needed some more entertainment. I'm starting to think about reducing the mainsail to the third reef and just take it easy. It's not worth it to take risks now. So I'm just gonna see how it goes. Okay. I decided to postpone the reefing until daylight. But then it was really time to get the job done, as weather and waves had increased through the night. Well, good morning. Day 2. I woke up to 30 knots of wind and pretty big waves. And I still have my mainsail up. I don't like it because the boat skids out when the wind picks up and the hydrovac can't cope with it, so the boat just skids really much off and get the wind and waves into the side and stays there for a long time. So I want to try to take down the mainsail and take out some of the jib sail of the Genoa. I wonder how to do it because I don't want to go against these waves taking out the mainsail, but I've tried to take out the Genoa and have some speed with that and relax the mainsail, relieve the mainsail, and then maybe I can take it out. So let's see. First out was to unfurl some of the head sail. The autopilot got disengaged to manually steer the boat over to port to get the wind into the head sail. Okay, so the wind is catching the head sail, hopefully making the speed, and then we will leave the mainsail. being caught up on the steps preparing the reefing. I completely forgot about my personal safety gear, as it was nicely tucked under deck. So autopilot got engaged, mainsail relieved, and I was ready to head forward to start the reefing. This was a sketchy weather condition to not be wearing a safety harness. I usually clip on, especially in tough downwind conditions, with boat movements being very unpredictable.
Whoops!
But not wearing the harness, on the other hand, makes moving around on deck a lot easier in tough conditions, as the harness don't slow you down, getting caught on all the obstacles on deck as you move around. In one way it's safer, and in another one it's not. It's a personal choice, I guess.
Okay. Down again. Get some peace. Woo! Ah. 130, 140. Like that. Save the halyard. Fingers are really cold. Wow. Get over here. Oh, oh shit. There we go. Come on, come on, yes. Sit tight, Teddy. Tiger. And that's it. Big job.
And there's always time for some action shots, just for good measures, before taking a big breath to get the pulse down, spending some time under deck for a rest. Heavy ocean sailing is sure hard on the stamina.
Oh, back in the heat. The best thing to do when you're sailing in this weather is just to relax as much as you can and work when you have to work and save energy, keep warm and drink water and eat food. So that's what I'm gonna do. My jaws are still infected. Wow. Whatever. impressed how well the boat copes with this. It's about 25 to 30 knots up and down, 3 to 5 meter waves, and the boat just goes and goes, and the hydrovane steers. It's beautiful. It's so much movement in the boat that the easiest thing is to just lie down and eat your apple and watch the screen. "29 knots of wind." To rescue Tiger. He fell down all the time, so he's resting here. Over there, hello? Yes. Oh shit. Oh. Big one. It's so nice because my jaw won't fully open, so you have to push the slice of bread into my mouth. So now you can see that the wind have turned a little bit and that we are steering a little bit off course, so we need to adjust the hydrovane a couple of degrees, just like this. We have to sail for half an hour now to watch the tracking line behind us to see what it does before we can adjust again. There's a huge cruise ship passing us now. Look at that. Norwegian Star, I think, and it's guess where it's gone from Haugesund, my hometown, and it's going to Iceland, Akureyri in Iceland, and it's plowing 22 knots towards 30 knots of wind towards this weather. That's crazy. I almost don't know how that's possible. 21 knots against 3 to 6 meter waves. 30 knots. It's a big ship. 300 meters. Wow. So we're getting ready for a new night in this weather. And I think during the night it's supposed to come down a little bit. And then it's headwinds, unfortunately. So we'll see when the headwind starts. I hope I can get as close to Faroe Islands as possible before that happens. Let's see. And we have the wind directly on our stern, more or less. So the boat is just wobbling back and forth, and it's after 2 days it's taking its toll on the body. Now it's better to have the wind in the side, because then the boat heels over and it stays there. When you have it from behind, it's all like this all the time, and forward, backward, sideways. So there's no certain pattern. Welcome to the coffee shop. great view of the ocean. Can't be better than that.
We plowed along downwind and into the second dark night, embracing the cold North Atlantic.
So the wind dropped from 30 to 10 knots. I'm doing 4 knots now. And it's 133 miles to go. And on the weather reports it said it's gonna be pretty quiet the next hours, and then the wind's gonna turn directly against me, and then they're gonna turn easterly onto my side, I hope. So we'll just see. But I want to gain some speed now to come furthest possible before the wind turns against me. So it's engine time. And I'm so tired. I've been wobbling around downwind for, I don't know, 40 hours now, and absolutely no sleep. And that's really challenging with this downwind thing, when you have these big Atlantic waves following you and throwing you around. But that's sailing. Can't complain. I'm lucky to be here, as I always say, and I'm thankful. Wow, beautiful sky, no clouds. Wonder what today's gonna bring. I think we're gonna hoist the mainsail. It's better. Big heavy waves. Big heavy waves. Come on, Tessie, get around. So this is us for the next, I don't know, hours, until the wind hits us on the nose. Let's go.
During the morning hours, waves and wind had changed completely, just as predicted. It's amazing to experience how rapidly a vast ocean like this can turn around in just a few moments.
Look at that, blue sky, but headwinds. The wind has turned and increased a little bit, and we're going against the waves, some pretty choppy waves. My engine, 5 knots. That's okay, we've done it for many hours now. We're getting close. It's 60 miles left to the cliffs of the Faroe Islands. Later the wind will turn easterly, and then we can hoist Genoa and have a beautiful sail into the Faroe Islands. Looking very much forward for flat water in between the fjords now. Whew.
I bobbed on across the North Atlantic, waiting for the easterly winds to develop. And sure enough,
we are sailing again, and we are doing 5-6 knots, and the wind is just off our bow here, and Faroe Islands is just on the nose here, so we have a perfect condition. I had to put the binocular bag in the cockpit because it was mounted up front, and the sea took it away almost, so I saved it.
as life over deck proceeded along with the beat of the waves. So did life under deck.
Oh shit. Beautiful. Oh, just like a restaurant. Yeah, no big difference. I'll show you an annoying little feature on my back. When we're tilted like this, the inlet is over the water line, so I can't pump the toilet. That's cool, that's great. So we have to go overboard to make that happen now. That's a new experience.
So on we went into the last dark night. Heavy gusts and rain told me I was getting close to land. And after 60 hours of sailing, a very welcome sight occurred.
Can you see it? That's the first sight of land of Faroe Islands. Faroe Island. Amazing. We did it! 380 nautical miles. Crazy weather, waves. If we're just patient and keep thinking positive, we'll get there. In the end. So now I'm just gonna slide through the big sound through all the way through it slides through the Faroe Islands, and I will find my way to Tórshavn, tie up and have a good rest. Yeah.
Entering these waters in dense fog made my thoughts wander off to the Vikings, and how they must have felt the first time seeing this incredible landscape. Words are not enough to describe it. To understand it, it's only one way to find out. You have to go there. I enjoyed the spectacular view from my bow as I navigated through the Faroese sounds towards Tórshavn. Upon arrival, the fog together with tidal streams heavily surrounded me, and the first sight of land was the breakwaters protecting Tórshavn.
So that's Tórshavn. Beautiful and sunny.
I was totally worn and fatigued. Still, the feeling of accomplishment when sliding into the inner harbor. Being greeted by good friends boosted my energy back up. I was here.
Okay, so that's us back in good old Tórshavn. Great to be here. Wow. It's foggy though, but whatever, who cares? I'm safe and I'm here. And it was a real joy to cross 380 miles with open ocean. Wow, amazing. So now I have 2 legs left. It's from here to Shetland and from Shetland back to Norway, Haugesund, my hometown. So next time I'll see you will be on Thursday or Friday, I think, because then the winds are good to get going to the Shetlands. And yeah, I'll take it from there. So now I'm gonna have some rest. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep because I'm too awake. It's 2 o'clock in the morning now, in the day now, and yeah, I just see what happens. And yeah, take it easy. That's for sure. Okay, see you next time.
So join me for more North Atlantic action in next chapter 10, sailing further on from Faroe Islands to Shetland.
This is live.
Even again getting caught in some ferocious tidal waves approaching the Shetland shores. It just doesn't stop.
Currents work against me.
Follow me on Facebook and Instagram for news and updates. Support me on Patreon or PayPal to keep my expeditions alive and breathing. And get your NBJS merchandise following the links in the video description. And of course, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get a notice next time I upload a new video. See you soon, Erik.